Hey, good Saturday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Jacob Matthews here to give you an update on the severe weather within our area. Yes, there has been a tornado warning that has just been issued, and it's in effect until 1:15 p.m. for what looks like eastern Ashtabula County, even central Ashtabula County. Taking a look at the storm relative velocity, we can see red and green close together. This is radar indicated rotation. Meaning that it's rotation high up in the atmosphere. It doesn't tell us that there actually is rotation touching the ground. We're going to need photos or video to confirm that. So it hasn't been confirmed that a tornado touched the ground just yet. It's just radar indicated rotation high up in the air. There's still a chance for much of that to actually touch the ground if we have enough instability. And as we can see right now, it looks like along with this high upper level rotation, seems like it's a lot of heavy downpour activity as well. A lot of shade of red. So yeah, coupling with that rotation, a lot of heavy downpours. As for hail, not seeing any hail at the moment. The hail risks are remaining low. We're also seeing severe thunderstorms within this area as well. Pretty much the tornado warning is in effect for this whole area right here, what I just circled in light blue, stretching from Jefferson to Pierpont as well as to the Ohio and Pennsylvania border. All right, who's all joining us? Barbara Thompson. All right, thanks for joining us. And again, if you have any photo footage or video footage of severe weather, you can send it to our email. I'll put that up. Yep, there we go. Here's our email right there, so you can send any photos or video that way. So as I've been saying, there is a tornado warning issued for parts of Ashtabula County in effect until 1:15 p.m. It seems like it's making its way towards Conneaut Lake. No, wait, Conneaut Lake's down there. Conneautville. Seems to be moving in the east-northeast direction. It is meeting up with a lot of cloud cover, though, so there is a chance that it could diminish a little before it reaches Crawford and Erie County. But at this moment, it seems like it's kind of picking up a little over in parts of Ashtabula County. We are noticing rotation, but given the Cleveland radar, this is about 4,800 feet up. Okay, now 5,000 feet up in the air. That's where the rotation is. It's within the clouds. It's radar indicated rotation. It doesn't necessarily tell us that there is rotation close to the ground, but it could set up some interesting activity here. It could give potential for rotation to touch the ground, though this doesn't really tell us that rotation is touching the ground. It just tells us there's rotation high up within the clouds. And to really confirm that there is a tornado touching the ground, we're going to need like photos or video. And if you have any of that, you can send that our way. This is for Pierpont right now. That's just west of Conneautville and into Ashtabula County. Where's rotation happening, Jacob? Well, there is rotation happening over Pierpont at this moment, given the radar indicated rotation. This is 5,000 feet up in the air, so it's within the clouds. It's not actually touching the ground. It doesn't tell us that it's touching the ground. So if you have any photos or video, if you want to share, confirming that there is a funnel cloud about to touch the ground, be sure to send it to us as soon as you can. Yeah, this might be round one of the severe weather. I agree with that, Thomas. Really depends on how much cloud cover is in the air too. If we go over to the visible satellite, we can see a lot of cloud cover on the leading edge of where the tornado warning as well as the severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. With this cloud cover, kind of hard to tell if instability will still be there. Oh, it looks like the severe thunderstorm warning has extended into Erie County as well as Crawford County. More details on that. We're seeing a warning in effect until 2:15 p.m. So it looks like it's really covering a large area. So it makes sense for it to it makes sense for it to really be extended into that far out. 2:15 is more than an hour away, and given the direction the storm system is moving, it looks like it'll move 44 miles, maybe even a little more than that, maybe 45 to 50 miles. And how fast is it moving right now? That's a good question there. About 45 miles per hour. So, yeah, pretty much within the next hour, Erie and Crawford County will be dealing with chances of severe weather. But again, we are dealing with a bit of cloud cover, as you can see here. Seems a little thick over Erie County as well as Crawford County, so it'll be quite interesting how this system will be set up by the time it reaches into those counties. It could be morphing at times, so it could be like increasing in intensity and then decreasing. It's pretty much just pulsing at this moment. It was like increasing in intensity like 10 minutes ago, but now you can see it's kind of like weakening a little bit given these green arrows. So yeah, it's going to be a very pulsating storm as it reaches into northwestern Pennsylvania, given the amount of cloud cover that we're now dealing with. All right, torrential rain, lakeside Erie. Oh yeah, we should probably also look at some weather cameras. Hold on, let me pull those up. Taking a look at weather cameras will give us an idea of how bad the system is right now at ground level. Sorry, I'm eating my lunch right now. All right, so this is the Bayfront, showing the Bicentennial Tower. We can already see visibility is pretty low, and you can definitely tell how wet it is. You can kind of see the rain falling. You can even see just how wet the dock is right now. It's been raining for pretty much this whole morning. We've been
Greg is in. Craig is on his way.
Okay. I've been notified that Greg, one of our directors, is now here, and Craig Flynn is coming in pretty soon to do a little cut-in on the situation that we're dealing with right now. Doing a rain dance? Yeah, you know what? Give it a shot. I mean, that seems traditional, trying to do a rain dance here. I mean, I'm just working. I'm inside. I can't really do a rain dance at the moment. All right. So how fast is this system moving right now? Seems like it's moving at 45 miles per hour. Seems like it's already reaching parts of Erie and Crawford County. Seems like Edinburgh is next in line. Let's see here. Oops.
Hey, Jacob, you want to just go on there? We can just hop on there if you want to. What mic?
Mic 4.
Mic 4. All right.
Let's see. Seems like it's actually going to reach Cambridge Springs. Oh, great.
Yeah, it's
tornado watch.
It, but I don't know if it's starting to hook a little bit.
You want to jump into the
mic check real quick.
All right.
Hello, everyone. I'm a camera op. My name is Dorian. Keep going. And Jacob is going to be going on air. Go. Say it. Get in your mouth. Hello, everyone.
Check the mic 1, 2, 3. I'll be urologist Jacob Matthews. Check.
You're good. Okay. Tornado warning. Okay. Yeah. Get on. Hey, Greg. Hey. Got a weather center and got the give me another mic. Okay.
Do you have the printout for the warning?
No.
All right, let me get that.
Oh boy, this shit's.
I get it. I know. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Test, test. I don't know what I thought. That's not what I want.
Where is this thing for?
They just Crawford County, they just sent it. Okay, Jacob, we're just gonna go on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it is up to you. Yes, you're over here. Remember, y'all can yell at me at any time. Wherever y'all want me to go. That's my phone. It's yours.
What's that? Yeah, you can start it off, and then I'll hop in.
God damn it. Are you ready? Okay.
Some relatives, and then you want me to hop in? I will.
Are you ready?
Go.
Okay.
Go.
We're ready, ready.
Good Saturday afternoon. I am Will Matthews with an update on the severe weather that's now happening in northwestern Pennsylvania.
Oh, thank you.
This is 10. I'll get some batteries.
Which box, Jacob? 1 or 2? Aaron's 1 or 2? One. Say it again.
What's the speed on this? 48. I mean 43. East, west, east, 43 miles east.
here, Springboro, all the Frankfurt, things like Springboro and Conneautville, as well as Meadville, are now in very small warning. We're all heading down to warning. All right, okay, thank you so much, Randy. Good job. A little bit of rush. You can monitor the warnings that come out. You can just manipulating radar. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Good afternoon. Okay, so here's the deal. The tornado warning is in effect. Again, this is through 1:45 here, so for another half an hour. And we have the latest storm track on here. So this is northwestern Crawford County. So anywhere from Estes up through Springboro, and then this line will move east into the I-79 corridor. So anywhere from
Okay, so tornado warning in effect for northwestern Crawford County, as you can see here. I just did a little bit of a cut in, so I'm now back for the Facebook Live. I mentioned that there is a rotation happening within this tornado warning right now. You can see some green as well as red. Green is towards the radar, red is away. So there is a bit of that counterclockwise rotation needed for that funnel cloud to form. This is radar indicated rotation, about 6,000 feet up in the air within the cloud. So it's not telling us that there's rotation close to the ground, but it is saying that there is still rotation, and if there's any building instability going down closer to the ground, then that could possibly increase the chances of rotation close to the ground too. But again, this is just radar indicated rotation, just rotation within the cloud, not telling us if there's a tornado. But if you do happen to have a photo or a video of a funnel cloud forming up near Conneautville, as well as Spring, be sure to send that. Tornado watch in Lawrence Park. Yeah, that's another thing. There's also a tornado watch. This is covering not just Crawford County, but a lot more counties. Erie, Warren, Forest, Venango, even in Mercer. So with this tornado watch, it just means you should prepare for the possibility of any rotation forming within the clouds. It doesn't mean that there is rotation right now, but that's a possibility. The rotation that is happening right now is where the warning is now issued. It seems like it is extended into Cambridge Springs. Not really seeing a lot of rotation there just yet, though. But if we do switch to the Buffalo radar, I give us a better idea. Not really. We're still seeing a bit of red shading, so wind's blowing away from the Buffalo radar. We're not really seeing a lot of rotation there just yet. Anything in Waterford? Is Union City under a tornado warning? No. Union City is currently under a severe thunderstorm warning. Speaking of which, if we look at the parameters for severe thunderstorms, such as high winds as well as downpours, we can see those downpours are now moving closer to Union City, but they're mainly in effect for Albion as well as Edinburgh. How far away is it now from Union City? It's about 15 miles or so. And this part of the system, I think, is moving about 40 miles per hour. So I'd say in the next 20 to 25 minutes, Union City could start to get maybe a downpour or so, but it could just be light showers too. And we actually are seeing a bit of light showers now in Union City. But we're not experiencing any tornado warning. Tornado warnings over Union City at this moment. The Meadville tornado warning siren is going off. Yeah, Meadville right now is under the tornado watch. It's not under the tornado warning, so not seeing any rotation there. Yeah, you can see even from the Cleveland radar, we're not seeing much rotation there, but it is in the area where rotation could happen. The tornado watch is, much of
analysis. If there's one area that we're watching with interest here, it would be kind of like this little area right in here. Okay, at the very least, it's looking like damage, wind damage, maybe a little bit of a bow echo there, a little bow segment. But again, as we look at the storm relatives, there's just not a lot that I'm really looking at that in terms of any tight rotation in that, but definitely some. Keep in mind, the radar beam is shooting this high, and we certainly don't want to let our guard down when it comes to a tornado warning, and that's what we're dealing with right now. So we're focusing in northern Crawford County, west of Cambridge Springs, west of the I-79 corridor. We'll go in a little tighter. So this is right over the Springboro area.
Okay.
You are in Conneautville, Springboro, and then eventually heading to the east at about 40 miles an hour. That's the area that we're going to be focusing on. So let's put the storm track on this.
That's kind of unusual.
Track it out to
the
the
west.
east. About 40,
I guess I mean
40 miles an hour.
means,
So
maybe a little bit of
Crossingville,
rotation is forming there.
126, Mosiertown, 128.
All right. I'm on a Facebook Live right now. I'll just say, our storm chaser has said that there is a wall cloud over Linesville at the moment, and there's actually indication of some of that system moving to the west. So it looks like a bit of rotation is building up over there. All right. Linesville. All right. Thanks for that update. Thank you. I'm going to get back to Facebook Live right now, so keep me updated. You're welcome. All right. Where was I? Oh, yeah, Meadville. The tornado siren is going off, but it's still under a watch. It's exactly how it says, a watch. We're just keeping watch of any rotation that could form within the clouds. As of this moment, not really seeing that, but it seems like the conditions are kind of there. We are seeing a little bit of instability where Linesville is right now, given all the heavier downpours, and it looks like wind gusts are also picking up close to the ground. So looks like we're getting a bit of a wind shear at the moment too, but very little. Seems like much of the wind shear is happening closer to the tornado warning. Not so much for Meadville, so the watch is there, but I feel like the chances of any significant rotation might be pretty low for Meadville.
Yeah, there's still some rotation in here, but again, it's not super tight. So that is a little promising, but nonetheless, we don't want to let our guard down here. So I'm going to get really tight in on this. If there is some circulation here, it is just
if you're wondering what that extreme was, that was indicating a chance of extreme wind shear. So the rise in wind speed as the wind moves higher up in the atmosphere, as well as the change in direction too. So it looks like it's set up for some high wind shear just east of Sagertown, Venango, Cambridge Springs. Looks like this high wind shear is along State Route 77. How far away is the system right now, or the rotating winds right now?
The Pride Festival down on
Okay, Pride on the Bay and Liberty Park has been canceled because of the severe weather. Just wanted to bring that there. But as I was saying, along State Route 77, it seems like the rotation that's now happening, maybe part of it in Cambridge Springs, it seems like that is about 10 miles away from where the strongest wind shear is now. And with this system moving at about 45, maybe 40 miles per hour, it seems like it could happen in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Some of that rotation could happen out there, could catch that high wind shear. So it'll be interesting to see how that will happen. All right.
in that area. So that's the area that we're focusing in on right now. What I'm going to do is we're going to take this circulation here that's being indicated by radar. Okay, there's the latest radar scan, and it doesn't look like it's really there's no discernible circulation there now. It's definitely a little weaker, but we still don't want to let our guard down here. So we're still dealing with this tornado warning for northern Crawford County. And even, let's take a look at the lightning real quick. Even the lightning is decreased.
You may have heard Craig is saying that the rotation kind of like weakened a little within that tornado warning in Crawford County.
Right.
The tornado watch, however, is extending all the way down to other parts of Pennsylvania. You can see that the watch is covering central Pennsylvania as well as eastern Ohio, even down all the way to Pittsburgh. Any rotation there? Well, not so much. I mean, it seems like it's mostly green towards the radar, red away on different sides of the radar. Not really seeing a lot of red and green within a certain area, so not really detecting much rotation down in Pittsburgh at this moment. State College, again, toward and away. If you're seeing like a lot of reds on one side of the radar, that just means it's pretty much a single direction towards the radar. Or away from the radar. If there's actually red mixing with green, then we could see rotation happening, but we're not really seeing any red and green mixing together so much. So not really seeing a lot of rotation near the State College area either. Seems like much of the rotation right now is happening closer to the tornado warning in northwestern Pennsylvania. We can see a bit of mix of green and red, so that tells us that there could be a rotation, cloud to cloud rotation right now. This doesn't really tell us that there's rotation close to the ground at the moment. So for us to know if there actually is a funnel cloud forming close to the ground, we're going to need like pictures as well as video. So you can send that to our email, whether at wjettv.com.
What I'm seeing on the radar does look like this storm has weakened, but the reason we don't want to quite let the guard down yet is because
sometimes these things can cycle. So even though it's weakening for now, this thing could recycle. So I just wanted to kind of give you a wide perspective here on what's going on. So that deep red is your tornado watch. We have
the tornado watch, yeah, but now looks like the tornado warning has expired.
Expired? Okay,
yeah.
Good. That makes sense. So, okay, good. We have been able to expire the tornado warning. The tornado watch continues here. What is the time on that? That is until 8 o'clock. So the storm that we're worried about right now into Crawford County, as I've been saying, it has weakened. When is the severe thunderstorm warning until, Jacob?
2:15 p.m.
Okay, 2:15 for the severe thunderstorm warning. That's for Erie County and Crawford County.
Just one hook echo indication on velocity radar as of right now. Yeah, there was, but it looks like the tornado warning has expired, which was to be expected as the system was heading towards a lot of cloud cover. You can see how much cloud cover there is right now over the area. With that cloud cover, it'll be harder for that system to really sustain itself because the temperature has dropped. With the temperature dropping near the surface, not really getting that much instability for the system to really sustain itself. At this moment, we're really dealing with a lot of heavy downpours, not really seeing a lot of lightning at the moment either. It's mainly some gully washers extending from Crawford County to Erie. Seems like a lot happening now on the I-90 corridor near Harbor Creek as well as downtown Erie. We're even seeing a lot of heavy downpours approaching Conneaut Lake as well as Meadville. And speaking of which, if we look at the weather cameras, that'll just pull up very quickly. Conneaut Lake. Yeah, you can definitely tell that there's some heavy downpours happening now, just with how visible these rain showers are now, and how low the visibility on the road is, and how wet the ground is. So yeah, a lot of heavy rain happening over in Conneaut Lake at this moment. Gully washer, it's basically like heavy downpours without any without much of a thunder. As you can see, we're not really seeing a lot of thunder embedded within these heavy downpours, which is good. So it's really just heavy rain at the moment. not really seeing any thunderstorms. And we can even see that the thunderstorm warning is kind of like shrinking a little. Not really seeing much of that warning in Erie County anymore. It seems like it expired for downtown Erie, Fairview, as well as Northeast, but still in effect for Meadville. Even though we are seeing these heavy rain showers, something could still pop up. We could still see maybe a thunderstorm. But given the amount of cloud cover that's heading into, it seems like the thunderstorms may be pretty low by the time they reach Meadville and Cambridge Springs. Why doesn't Ohio have a tornado watch? Actually, Ohio is under a tornado watch at this moment. It's mainly eastern Ohio.
So let's do this.
Greg.
I want to take the whole line and let's track it to the east at about 40 miles an hour. So these are the counties that are under the gun for a severe thunderstorm.
Yeah, there is a tornado watch in eastern Ohio. This basically means that you should watch out for any probable rotation. It doesn't necessarily mean that there is rotation in eastern Ohio right now, but given the conditions, something like that could build up. Like, for example, we can see near Newton Falls, there actually is a green mixing in with a red. So that means we are seeing winds moving toward the Pittsburgh radar and away from the Pittsburgh radar, pretty close with each other. You can even see that happening right here too. So that's the counterclockwise rotation happening just west of Warren, Ohio. So rotation is kind of there right now, but that's within the watch. The ingredients are there for rotation to happen, but given that's under a watch, immediate action is not really needed at this moment. So the rotation is pretty weak. And this is radar indicated rotation, so that's high up in the clouds. From the Pittsburgh radar, that's about 4,000 feet up in the clouds. It's not rotation towards the ground, so that doesn't really tell us that there's a tornado touching down, at least from the radar. All right. Mike J, where are you at right now? If you're wondering about if there's a warning going to be issued. Okay. So it looks like much of Pennsylvania and eastern Ohio is currently under the tornado watch. Ingredients are there for rotation to form, but no immediate action is necessary at this moment. All right. There's still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Crawford County as well as parts of Erie County. Seems like it's moving towards Meadville at the moment. A lot of heavy downpours, but not really a lot of thunderstorms. So that pretty much tells us it's like gully washers at this moment. Meadville looks like within the next few minutes could start to see heavy downpours unless the radar is kind of lagging a little. So let's take a look at the weather camera for Meadville. Okay, so yeah, it looks like in the next few minutes things could get a little ugly given that the system is moving eastward into Meadville at the moment. Seems like it's getting really close to heavy downpours now. The system is moving to the east-northeast, so it looks like next destination is Chautauqua County. Much of what's happening right now. You can even go through parts of Warren. So if this system were to reach Warren County, it looks like it might reach that county, I'd say in the next 20 minutes. And I'm talking about the heavy downpours now impacting Meadville. So in the next 20 minutes, those heavy downpours could reach Warren County. So in the next 20 minutes, expect that to maybe hit Spring Creek, West Spring Creek, maybe even Columbus, Pine Valley. Maybe the next 25 to 30 minutes, it could reach Youngsville, Pittsfield, Allegheny Springs, and then immediately after that, Warren. Though it is hard to tell if the system will really sustain itself. It seems like it's kind of morphing. It's kind of like giving pulsating downpours at the moment, and that's because of the cloud cover. Still seeing a lot of cloud cover heading its way into Warren. You can see thicker cloud cover in northern Warren as well as eastern Crawford counties. So that will make it a little difficult for a significant warm up to really happen. We're going to need like a lot of breaks in the cloud cover to really see a big warm up. And with a lack of a big warm up, well, there's a chance the rain could start to fizzle out a little, but just a little. I don't really think it's going to fizzle out completely. Looks like Warren will still get something, but we can only hope it's not really as bad as what Meadville seems to be getting right now. Right. This is not really for the city of Erie, correct? Right. The city of Erie seems to be experiencing gully washers at this moment, so a few bits of downpours, but not really a lot of lightning. Yeah, we haven't really been getting a lot of lightning. As you can see, total strikes are only 9 right now. Make that 10. Most of them are cloud-to-cloud lightning and not cloud-to-ground lightning. And even the cloud-to-cloud lightning is not really a lot. So thankfully, not a whole lot of instability for there to be a lot of thunderstorms. All right. Can you look at Newcastle? Yes, I can. Going down to Newcastle. There it is. No rain on the Cleveland radar. And no rain on the Pittsburgh radar either. Cloud cover? A lot. We are seeing a few breaks though. So with those breaks, we could see a slight warm up with a bit more sunshine. But the breaks are not really that impressive either. And it seems like the winds are blowing away from the Pittsburgh radar, close to Newcastle, although we are seeing a bit of red and green as well, mixing in together. Of course, this area is under a tornado watch, so the ingredients are there for rotation to form, but no immediate action is needed at this moment. Can you go outside and watch? Yeah, honestly, go ahead and get some footage if you want. We'd be happy to get that footage too. You can just send it to our email. The tornado warning has already expired for Sagertown. Looks like Tom Atkins is here.
How you doing?
Good.
Just speaking with our storm tracker, Steve Marshall. He must have caught a pretty good funnel cloud, but he says there was no touchdown. About where was the funnel cloud, Steve?
Linesville?
It was northwest of Linesville by about 5-6 miles.
Okay. You're getting a live right here. He caught this northwest of Linesville, about 5 to 6 miles, but you're saying that storm did not drop the funnel cloud to the ground, is from your perspective?
No, I saw nothing anywhere near the ground. Then it moved off to the east, and it looks like it's leaking at the current time.
All right, we were confirmed by Steve Marshall, our storm chaser, that there was no rotation detected near the ground. So that's good news. There was just rotation within the clouds. The only line of storms we should expect today. Let me see. Pulling up the national radar, it seems like we're going to get a bit of a break after this line of storms, but I would still expect something else to pop up in the future, maybe later this evening.
Okay.
Of course, we'll keep a close watch on that. It's hard to determine what's going to come after this line of showers right now, because there's a lot of cloud cover, and with that cloud cover, not really cooking the atmosphere so much. So without all of that cooking in the atmosphere, it's hard to determine if the instability will still be there for a lot of heavy downpours and thunderstorms to form, as well as possible rotation. But hey, we're still under the watch, so it can still happen. Anything can still happen. We can still see breaks in the cloud cover, but right now it's a little hard to determine what we will see later this evening.
I see. So, nothing else. Yeah, head home and resend it. And we'll be.
Got any more questions? What about McKean Township?
All right, thanks a lot, buddy.
It looks like the severe thunderstorm warning is no longer in effect for Erie County, just Crawford County. So it looks like any chance of severe weather that could happen right now will be in parts of Crawford County. This involves Cambridge Springs, Woodcock, Sagertown, Frenchtown, Blue Valley, Centerville, Frenchtown, Titusville. So yeah, any of those towns in central or eastern Crawford County, as well as southern Crawford County. Seems like a lot of rain is now happening in Meadville. Oh yeah, quite the difference now. You can see in Meadville a lot of rain accumulating on the top of the building. You can even see the ripples. If we pan over to Chestnut Street, we can get like another view of how the rain is behaving. Wow. You can really see a lot of puddles have accumulated on the top of that building there. Oh yeah, Chestnut Street just looks like it looks pretty slick. I'm not really seeing many puddles accumulating. Seems like that's closer to the sidewalk. Okay. Though it is accumulating pretty well, so you're going to want to be careful of hydroplaning on the roads. That could really make it harder to control your vehicle. All right. Take a look at UPMC Park. Okay. All right, I'm panning over to UPMC Park right now. There it is. Yeah, it looks like downtown Erie has really gotten a lot of rain. And it still is. UPMC Park, they currently have the tarp over the field at this moment. I know there is a game, there's supposed to be a game at 6:05 p.m. Looking at the current radar, it seems like the line of showers that are now hitting northwestern Pennsylvania, that is now hitting northwestern Pennsylvania, is currently moving into western New York State, including Chautauqua County. Seems to be moving towards the northeast. Not really seeing anything behind this line of showers, so that's pretty good news. We might get a little bit of a break later this afternoon. Hopefully we get a break long enough into 6:05 p.m. For things to maybe dry out a little. It'll still be pretty wet though. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a little too wet for the game. There's a chance they may cancel it, but I'm hoping they don't. right. So at the moment, it seems like the only warning that's in effect is Crawford County, central Crawford County, like Meadville, Cambridge Springs. It even seems to be making its way into eastern Crawford County. Looks like this one area of heavy downpours away from Spartansburg. It's 14 miles away from Spartansburg at the moment. System's moving at like, yeah, it's not helpful. 64 miles per hour. That seems a bit of an exaggeration. I'd say 40 miles per hour is a little more realistic. So 14 miles away. 14 miles away. I can do a little bit of math with my calculator here.
I really
Well,
don't.
that's the main thing. We gotta get on before that.
I don't even pay attention.
Or I could use this
Well,
tool.
that part.
That's
is
true.
important. We have to be there.
Spartansburg, 2:12 p.m. So
That's the way we gotta do
that's about
We got it.
25 minutes from now. So I guess in the next 25 minutes, Spartansburg could be getting a few heavy downpours. Do I think there will be a tornado in Newcastle? I feel like there will be rotation in the air, given that Newcastle is under a tornado watch. But looking at the storm relative velocity now, not really seeing much rotation at the moment. Seems very weak. If there is rotation, it's probably very weak at the moment. So far, we're pretty good in terms of any kind of like tornado forming. Not a whole lot of strong rotation in the clouds right now. But hey, there's still time for something to ramp up. If we get enough breaks in the cloud cover, instability could rise. And we are starting to see breaks in the cloud cover east of Pittsburgh and into Johnstown, but not as many breaks in the cloud cover. Not as many breaks in the cloud cover up in northwestern Pennsylvania. So, if anything, it seems like the rotation may pick up in strength more towards Westmoreland County near Indiana than northwestern Pennsylvania.
it. No, I'm here with the guys.
All right. Any warning you're probably getting on your phone
No,
right now
just
is
got it,
is a severe thunderstorm warning, not really a tornado warning. We're not seeing any tornado warnings at the moment, just a tornado watch. Yeah. You may notice on your phone that the primary threats with this severe thunderstorm warning are 60 mile per hour wind gusts embedded within the thunderstorm. Now it looks like the wind gusts, if we take a look at them, seeing 32 miles per hour, 23, 35. It seems like 30 to 40, maybe a little bit more than 40 in some areas. So yeah, in general, 30 to 40 at this moment. But again, the primary threat, up to 60 mile per hour wind gusts for areas within the severe thunderstorm warning. Also expect damage to trees and power lines. If you happen to have any footage of falling tree branches, or maybe even photos, yeah, feel free to send that to the email as well. I'm going to check the email real quickly. Haven't really gotten a lot right now. A tornado warning. Well, every tornado warning at this moment is expired. Right now, there is a tornado watch, meaning the ingredients are there for rotation to happen within the clouds, but no immediate action is needed. Right.
Yeah. That's what happened.
So it looks like with no tornado warnings right now, it seems like that could be out of the question right now. So we can focus more on this severe thunderstorm warning. So embedded with these storms could be high wind gusts, high damaging wind gusts, as well as the chance of falling tree branches and damaging power lines. It seems like that system is really affecting Meadville at the moment. It seems to be actually moving out of Meadville. It looks like it's really affecting Sagertown. What's affecting Sagertown right now could affect Cambridge Springs in the next 20 to 25 minutes. Actually, maybe a little earlier than that. Yeah, maybe 2 minutes earlier. At least that part of the system. But the first thing Cambridge Springs could get will be the downpours right near Venango, which will happen at 2:04 p.m. So a little more than 10 minutes from now. Cambridge Springs could get a little ramp up in rain and rainfall.
Closed captioning now.
It seems like from this time lapse here, the system is currently moving into Chautauqua County as well as parts of Warren. So for those living in Warren County, let's see what you can expect and when you can expect it. So it looks like there are some heavy downpours still in effect for parts of Crawford County here. Extend all the way out to Warren. Well, let's see here. Tidioute could get something like that by 2:07 p.m., which is about 15 minutes from now. Spring Creek a little earlier, a little more than 10 minutes from now. Pittsfield, 2:08. Yeah, so if these heavy downpours were to sustain themselves, by the time they reach Pittsfield, it would be at 2:08 p.m. Youngsville, a couple minutes later, and Warren will immediately follow. Chandler's Valley seems to be at 2:12 p.m., but this is for this part of the storm. Chandler's Valley is a little more north, and it could be getting what Corey is getting right now at about 2:10 p.m., which is 17 minutes away from now. All right. Also, Columbus in Warren County. I guess in the next minute, it'll start to notice those heavier downpours. Sugar Grove, 2:09 p.m. Youngsville is still 2:10 p.m. And that'll be a couple minutes later for Warren. Maybe a few minutes later, given that North Warren may experience heavier downpours at 2:18 p.m. Warren, there it is, 2:19 p.m. And Glade 2:20. Those heavy downpours heading toward Warren County currently don't have any rotation, correct? Let's see if that is correct. Yeah. In general, there's not really much rotation. This, however, it seems pretty weak. There is like a green and a red. This is for the Cleveland radar.
Tracker, Steve Marshall here. He is right where you're showing the folks here on Facebook Live on in Meadville. So, Steve, you are in Meadville. What are you seeing in Meadville?
There is a dark lowering kind of diffuse in the rain sitting over town right now, and that corresponds to the area of rotation that we're seeing on radar.
Okay, so you're seeing some rotation in the clouds pretty much near or over Meadville?
Yeah, pretty much right over Allegheny College area.
Okay, we're on Facebook Live and Jacob is looking at the velocity mode. So we're seeing it. It's not hooked together, but there is some weak rotation noted on radar between Blooming Valley and Meadville.
Yeah, if you drive on State Route 77, you might have a better view of.
We thank you for that confirmation of that, Jake. Just continue on. All right, go ahead. Anything else?
Yeah, so it's confirmed by Steve Marshall that there actually is a little bit of rotation within these heavier downpours now over Blooming Valley. But it's weak rotation, so nothing to be too worried about. Weak rotation within the clouds. The ingredients are there because we are under a tornado watch, but no immediate action needs to be taken at this moment. If there were a tornado warning, then you will probably want to head indoors, close your windows, stay away from windows, and go to the lowest floor of the building if possible too. But thankfully there's no tornado warning at this moment, so you don't need to immediately do that. Are there more storms after this for the city of Erie? Yeah, it's really hard to determine when we're going to get when we're going to get more storms after this line of showers, because it seems like there's a break right behind this line. You can see from the time lapse that break is trying to make its way into Erie, but it looks like the line is running parallel to, or mostly parallel to the lake shore. So Erie will still get a bit of rain for like, I'd say the next couple hours. It's about 52 miles away, and it's moving at 49 miles per hour. Okay, so maybe for like the next hour, 1 to 2 hours, Erie will continue to get some rain. But after that, it seems like we might get a little bit of a break. Not really noticing anything really forming, nothing significant forming behind that line of showers. So that's good. We might get a little bit of a break after maybe after 3 p.m. That is a little bit of a break from the rain. It looks like we might get a break from severe weather in the next 15 minutes, as this warning will expire by 2:15 p.m.
So somewhere in here,
Right.
So we got to turn it around more.
Anything for Waterford? Waterford is currently north of the severe thunderstorm warning. Seems to be getting some gully washers, some downpours without thunderstorms.
So it's not there.
There were confirmed positive strikes, cloud to ground lightning near Cambridge Springs, but not a whole lot.
I mean,
how's it going for Tidioute?
Right. So it's got to be in this area.
Yeah, so you are looking east.
No. Right? No.
No. Okay, so you're looking
Tidioute is currently in the clear,
so you have to turn
but how far away are they from the heavy rain? Heavier rain?
the opposite side.
Looks like about 25 minutes away from the heavier rain. That is if the rain sustains itself by the time it reaches Tidioute.
Yes.
It's quite possible. It looks like this cell has tried to sustain itself quite well for the past 20 minutes. So it is possible there could be a warning extended into parts of Warren County. Of course, we'll keep a close watch on that. So again, in the next 25 minutes, Tidioute could probably see some heavier rainfall. All right, anywhere else? Seeing thunder and lightning in the town of Waterford. Really? There could be a lag in the radar. I mean, I could believe there being a bit of lightning over Waterford. Okay, yeah, something kind of like popped up there. So it's probably a lag in the radar. Torrential downpour right now by Cambridge Springs. Greytown Road, 5 miles out of Cambridge. Yeah, that makes sense, given the radar. Some heavier downpours in Cambridge Springs, and there's even a reported lightning south of Cambridge Springs. Seems like much of it is still over Blooming Valley. How's the rotation looking? Of course, this is radar indicated rotation. That's rotation within the clouds, and it seems like that rotation is pretty non-existent now. So that's good news. Is there going to be a second line later for for us? Well, the cold front is still last I've heard, the cold front was like more towards Indiana. It seems like it's moving southeast. Is that right?
What's that? Sorry.
The cold front wasn't like more towards Indiana. No.
Yeah, it'll be coming through this evening.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, with the cold front, something could pop up. Just behind that cold front, of course, is colder air, and it's interacting with slightly warmer air. So that could raise a little bit of instability, and that could pop up another line just out of nowhere. And that'll mainly be for the evening, if that were to happen.
To find some rotation possibly. I'm talking with Craig, they're just trying to keep the voice up. You know, in college, the cotton ball or whatever it's called. That one. Okay. If I want to point this northeast out of town, and keep in mind it's located on what is it called, the downtown mall. Would I be from Allegheny College? Would be a good.
It's approaching 1.5 inches in Edinburgh. Woo. Yeah, that's believable.
The trees, yeah, right.
So overall, it seems like this line is mainly affecting Crawford County, Erie County, as well as Chautauqua, and it seems like it's making its way into Warren. The storm is pulsating overall, but there is a chance it could sustain itself by the time it reaches Warren. So that's something to look for within the next maybe 20 minutes. There's a chance these heavy downpours could sustain themselves into Warren, and there could even be lightning happening in Warren County as well. We'll start off in western Warren County, mainly southwestern, and then work its way towards downtown Warren. How far away is it from Warren at this moment? About 20 to 25 minutes. It's away from Warren. But of course, Grand Valley will be one of the first cities in this path, first towns. That'll be in 5 minutes or so. Pittsfield, 217, so next 15 minutes, actually less than 15 minutes. Youngsville, maybe 15 minutes. So yeah, something to prepare for. Do you think the tornado watch will drop off before 8 p.m.? Yeah, I think it might be possible, given the amount of cloud cover. But it also depends on the strength of the cold front, like how much of a difference the temperatures, how much of a difference will the temperatures be by the time the cold front makes its way into the area, because we're going to get like all that cold air lifting over, which may increase the instability a little. So yeah, cloud cover may be giving us a little bit of a break from much of the warmer weather, but there's still time for that cold front to move through and possibly give us enough lift. The cold front will pass through later this evening, so that might be the reason why the watch is still in effect until 8 p.m. because we still have that cold front coming in. So right now it seems like it's all in the cold front right now. We'll just have to take a look at how strong that front is and see if any embedded thunderstorms really form within that front, as well as some rotation. All right, back to Titusville. Wanted to answer that question there. Titusville, seems like it's getting a bit of lighter rain, and that lighter rain is 20 minutes away. Though it could come in a little earlier. I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. There's loud here in
You said
Rockdale.
there was some weak rotation. Let's find out where. So that's this way. So we turn it left. And we're looking northeast.
Guys Mills. Where's Guys Mills?
Guys Mills would be eastern Crawford County down in here. Okay, let's keep going. It's near Blooming Valley.
Oh, I
There
see.
you go, right there.
Yeah, Guys Mills is currently getting light rain showers. It seems like it's out of the zone for heavy downpours, at least for now. So yeah, just a bit of light rain there.
See it on the thing. Yeah.
So it looks like much of the heavier rain has moved out of Meadville. Let's see how it looks over there now.
There's just another question. We see this parking garage.
All right.
Where is that located?
A lot of cloud cover. Still some moderate rain, I'd say. But overall, not really seeing anything severe just from this camera. Linesville.
Right here.
Well, I have heard from Steve Marshall that there was a wall cloud in Linesville that was at about 1:20 p.m. Maybe 1:15 to 1:20 p.m.
Okay. And there's like Center Street.
But now it seems like there's just light showers out that way.
Center Street is that
And it may stay that way for a little while.
Parking garage, right there. Yeah, we got it.
okay. Okay, we see it now. Okay, great. That's a good landmark. We were just kind of having trouble getting our bearings here. Because we wanted to. Okay. All right. All right, Eric. Thanks again, buddy. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
So it looks like the severe thunderstorm warning is getting a little closer to expiring for eastern Crawford County. You can even kind of see from this time lapse that the storms, or like pretty much the storm system has kind of fizzled a little, just very little, not like so much. Because you can see it went from something extreme with like a little bit of purple shadings there to just pure red shadings. You can even see from the green skits that this system is kind of like diminishing a little. It can still pulse back up. There's still time for that to happen, but it looks like maybe the chances of this severe thunderstorm warning extending into Warren County might be a little lower than normal, but there's still a chance. So something to look out for. Just look out for any big batches of rain heading into Warren County, which is what's happening right now. Thunderstorms, not really too confident about that. There might be a few rumbles of thunder or so throughout Warren County, but I'm not really counting on a whole lot.
And you're over by Blooming Valley, but that's the whole other. Okay, great. Sounds good. All right, thanks, bud. We'll look forward to the video.
Our storm chaser, Steve Marshall, was moving towards Blooming Valley, and he said there wasn't really a whole lot happening there at this moment. Okay, did you?
Yeah, exactly. You just took the words right out of my mouth, Jake. Just talked with Steve, and he is over in Blooming Valley, and he said the rotation was very fuzzy, and it's just become very disorganized and probably dissipated as far as rotation is concerned. So we're okay over there at this moment.
Do you have
Well, that's good to know. That's a little reassuring, given that we've been getting tornado warnings just out of nowhere. All right. Seems like Union City is still going to get like a few downpours at times. Looks like the downpour that might be approaching that area now is about 10 miles in width, and it's moving 52 miles per hour. I'd say more like 40 miles per hour.
Severe thunderstorm warning, Jacob. So,
All right. So I think for like 10 to 15 minutes, Union City will be getting a bit of heavier rain.
So no warnings in effect right now.
And that will happen in maybe 20 minutes. So in the next 20 minutes, Union City can expect more heavier rain from 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah, 10 to 15 minutes.
I wanted to make a decision, first of all, whether to do like a little wrap-up thing, like we did last time.
Special weather statement for warning.
So I'm gonna watch, we're all here, it's just rain for now, we'll keep you updated. Okay. Let's do one of those and then we'll split it out on the Facebook. All right, let's do another one.
All right. Getting close to this warning.
It's
getting
already
done.
canceled.
It
should
is.
already be canceled.
Cool. Do you want to hop in? Oh, looks like there's a
We're
weather
gonna
statement.
do a wrap up on Facebook, and then TA will be back on, and I'll be handling digital stuff. So just stay with them a couple more minutes while we do this, and then we're gonna turn you loose so you can start working on your shows.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. Well, as of right now, the severe thunderstorm warning is expired. So we're just looking at, looks like they issued a special weather statement. So heading into Warren County.
Okay, so looks like there's a special weather statement now for Warren County. Not so much. Oh, what the heck? That's a tornado watch. Not so much a warning right now, which is good news. Looks like the parameters for severe weather are not quite there for Warren County. So those parameters include 60-mile wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour, as well as a chance of falling tree branches and damaged power lines and heavy downpours. But it looks like the downpours that Warren County will get are not really as heavy, and wind gusts are not going to be as extreme either. If you look at the base velocity, 34, 40. So different radars are giving different amounts. Since this is a little closer to Buffalo, I'd say maybe only up to like 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts for this statement. Not really up to 60, so not in the severe threshold.
What's 21Z5? 22. Okay. So I know a couple people were asking when this will wind down. Probably within the next, I'd say,
2 to 3 hours.
Taper off between 4 and 5. Then the cold front comes through. There could be some additional redevelopment along that front, but we'll watch it. Doesn't look like anything severe.
Yeah, that's pretty much a rehash of what I already said about the cold front. Yeah. Yeah, it seems like the warning has already expired, and right now we're just dealing with statements. Still, it's something to prepare for. Limit your time outdoors, and if you see a flooded roadway, turn around, don't drown. And we'll also be keeping close watch for any redevelopment of high rotation within the clouds. And that may not happen until that cold front starts to get closer to our area, and that won't be until later this evening. All right. Okay. I think I'm gonna wrap up a little right now. Where's Tom?
You okay? you stay around there a few more minutes?
Oh, sure. You still talking to Steve Marshall or something?
What's that?
You still talking with Steve Marshall or what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So yeah, if you could keep going on that for a little while, I'll take over
Okay.
when we're done with this.
All right, I was told by Tom Atkins to go on for a few more minutes, so I guess I could discuss about this special weather statement. If I just look up National Weather Service, they can give me a little bit more info on this statement. Oops.
Anybody in your home yet? How quick do you think?
Let's see here. Warren County through 2:45 p.m. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. So, yeah, for it to be severe, it would have to be up to 60 miles per hour. So it's just underneath the severe weather threshold. Gusty winds could knock down tree limbs and blow around unsecured objects. So yeah, that's one of the primary threats to look out for because of those high winds. Could see debris flying around on the ground. And because of this rain, could also build up localized flooding. So, of course, if you see a flooded roadway, of course, turn around, don't drown. So that's pretty much all we got to look out for with this statement. You got to look out for high winds, but not high enough for anything severe. Still, those high winds could blow around unsecured objects and debris on the ground. And you also want to look out for heavier downpours that could lead to localized flooding. And flooding could be a little more concerning near rivers and creeks. Could raise the water levels a little. All right. And this statement is in effect. This statement is in effect until 2:45 p.m. So that's less than a half an hour away.
So we can just literally put it in an email onto one of these things. Just put it either on the links one or links two and the drive on this thing. Oh, okay. So we don't have to worry about editing, newsroom, and all that crap.
If you do a little future scan, you can kind of see what this system will look like in the next hour. It seems like much of it is now moved out of northwestern Pennsylvania.
Okay,
But
so
if we look at
tornado
future
watch
view,
or
looks like they canceled the tornado watch for Erie and Crawford County, so not going to expect a lot of rotation over there. So that's good news. Still, it's in effect for Mercer, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties, so we're still going to be looking for any potential rotation there. All right, now let's take a look at future view, Futurecast. I have mentioned that cold front. It seems like with that cold front, it's actually looks like it'll approach our area a little later, not the evening. It seems like after midnight. With that cold front, well, it seems like it could provide a little extra lift, a little bit of extra instability for there to be more downpours just after midnight. Rotation still a little uncertain. It'll really depend on how strong this front is, how much wind shear really picks up just ahead of that front. But yeah, that's going to be the main story for later tonight. Cold front moving through. The behavior of the cold front, there's still uncertainty about that. Not sure how strong it's going to be, but it seems like it might be strong enough for a few more heavy downpours. Let's just keep our fingers crossed. That's all what we're going to be experiencing. Maybe a few high wind gusts close to the ground. Hopefully not enough wind shear for there to be rotation developing. And this will be for after midnight. Seems like that front will move out of northwestern Pennsylvania by Sunday morning. We'll be greeted with relief, nice northwesterly breeze, cooling us off a little. Still seeing cloud cover for Wednesday, but there may be a few breaks. Monday looking very nice. Still getting that lake breeze, but at least we'll be free of cloud cover. And high pressure to the northwest will keep us dry. Kind of seems like a repeat of just last Sunday. I mean, last Sunday we were talking about some extreme weather, and then just the following day, high pressure came in to keep us dry. It seems like high pressure came in from the same exact area. A little bit of deja vu there. Nice to see that kind of pattern recognition happening. All right, anybody want to jump in?
We're going to be going on TV.
We're going to be going on TV. So
Oh, okay.
We could keep it going for another 10 minutes.
Will do.
Kathy over in Youngsville, 1.75 inches of rain.
Got a report from Kathy in Youngsville that 1.75 inches of rain have now fallen in Youngsville for the day. And of course, there's likely going to be more, given that this system is still moving into Youngsville.
What's that?
Yep. Seems to be the only report I've gotten from the email so far. What do Mammatus clouds look like? They're kind of like I want to say they kind of look like little, like those little bread rolls, kind of that just pop out of the cloud.
Modest.
Yeah, they kind of look like those little bread rolls.
You guys, Suzanne, you really want to know the technical and appropriate definition of that. I recommend that you Google it, because I will say this, and this is totally true. I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but mammatus comes from the Latin mammary. Okay, so you can take it from there. That's what those clouds look like. And you can Google it and it will say the same thing. So, and you can Google it and find pictures of it. They're beautiful, especially with sunsets. But yes, they are breast-like in appearance. That's the most tactful way I can tell you. Thank you for your question.
I kind of like went with a more clean response. They kind of look like little bread rolls that kind of just like pop out from the cloud base, like a ton of them just scattered across.
Right.
So it looks like for the rest of Warren County, that is like 20 to 25 miles. There could be heavier downpours happening. And 20 to 25 miles, I would say that's about, let's see, given that the system's moving at like 40 miles per hour. Could be the next 30 to 40 minutes that we will be dealing with chances of heavier downpours popping up in parts of Warren County. So far, it looks like Youngsville is getting a bit of light rain. That same light rain will reach Warren. Let's see. 2:50 p.m. Is it really moving that slowly? What about this? What about these heavier downpours here? Okay, that could move into Youngsville at 2:47 p.m. So really 20 minutes from now. I guess the system is moving pretty slowly for rain to occur in like the next 20 minutes and more. Seems like the system is mainly moving eastward and will fully cover Warren County in like the next 30 minutes. Seems like we're having a little area of heavier downpours now moving out of Union City, so Warren County is next in line. This could reach Youngsville by 2:54 p.m. and it could reach Warren by 2:49. Or wait, it's actually 2:41 for Youngsville, but for Warren, maybe the next 20 minutes or so. Okay, so 10 to 15 minutes for Youngsville, maybe 20 minutes for Warren. Could be some significant heavy rainfall. We're just now moving out of Union City. Stopped raining in Green Township. Okay, that's pretty good news there. Yeah, just the main things to look out for with the special weather statement: wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour, as well as heavy downpours at times.
Okay.
Look out for any unsecured objects flying around on the ground, any debris, and try to limit your time outdoors as much as possible too. If you see a flooded roadway, of course, turn around, don't drown.
Okay, this thing's done. Yeah, that's done. Sand moving and everything.
Should I hang on? I would hang on to an umbrella, given the possible wind gusts, and with all the rain too.
They just issued a upstream discussion saying a watch is unlikely from this point going forward. Back over here for the cold front coming through.
Here it is.
Let's see what it looks like.
That was spin there. There it is right there. How do we rotate this? Oh, okay, I see.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Your umbrella might turn inside out from those winds too.
No, that's just
That's going backwards.
Oh, okay.
Click on that ellipsis thing way over there on the right. What is that?
What is it?
Real things. Won't say video.
Okay. Seems like that light rain is inching a little closer to Warren. Really? Next 20 minutes? I kind of find that hard to believe. I'd say it might happen in the next 10 to 15 minutes. How does Warren look like on the weather camera right now? That's the question. Let me pull up the weather camera again.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Warren looks damp, but we're not really seeing any rain right now. Might even be some breaks in the cloud cover, too. We'll see how that behaves. Check on Ohio, please. Seems like much of Ohio, is in the clear, but there is still a significant part of eastern Ohio that's still under a tornado watch. Let's see. Given the storm relative winds, we're not really seeing much rotation in the air, but the ingredients are still there for rotation to form. Of course, something to just keep a close watch on. Of course, with a tornado watch, the ingredients are there, but no immediate action is necessary right now.
Yeah.
Newcastle, North Beaver. So this is Newcastle right now. No, not for a while, I would say. Not really seeing any heavy downpours there. In fact, in the past hour, Newcastle hasn't really been getting any heavy downpours. If we go in the past 2 hours, yeah. Still haven't really been getting much there. So yeah, Newcastle, North Beaver looks all right.
We've got a quick wrap up for you from the severe weather earlier and for just the last video to start at. And then our basics preparing you guys scary because we dropped the warnings and Erie County is for problems.
Oh, by the way, Tom and Craig are on TV right now if you want to take a look at a video of some of the storms. It's from our storm tracker, Steve Marshall.
This is the storm that the tornado warning was based on. Again, we've said it many times, tornado warnings are now issued by radar, but we have this command to confirm ground truth. So you can see a little bit of a funnel here going down the center of your sets. So maybe you can stop it right there, you know it's not to do it. But the funnel is right here. I know it's a little bit hard to see. But he's out there in West County where that tornado warning was issued, Western County. And it never touched the ground, which is the best of both worlds. Right. I mean, when I came in.
And they have confirmed no tornado has ever touched the ground either. So that's good news.
So we knew that it was in the cloud. That's exactly what we're seeing here. So no distinct cloud right around. Great job, guy like Washington did set ground truth, set your mind to be. Obviously take the necessary precautions on any warning, but it's great to give you that.
So as of now, it seems like the highest activity is in Warren County. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. A few heavy downpours possible. Planning to go out shopping for the weekend? Well, just be careful of things flying around on the ground and just turn around from any flooded roadways.
My opinion, this aircraft is really down for what it was. And probably
yeah, seems like the severe threat has really diminished at this moment. So that's really good news for all of us, not just in northwestern Pennsylvania, but also throughout much else of western Pennsylvania. There is a lot of activity happening south of Pittsburgh right now. Seems like a lot more thunderstorms, a lot more heavy downpours too. But not enough to really make it severe. It's just a special weather statement. We're still under a tornado watch, so rotation can still form anytime. And by any time, I'm thinking maybe when the cold front gets a little closer. Though the cold front is expected to pass through our area after the tornado watch expires, which is 8 p.m. So honestly, it wouldn't really surprise me if this actually expires a little earlier than 8 p.m. Now, to get rid of the tornadoes, bring up the flood, you can see that we're still under a flood watch, which is to be expected for pretty much the rest of the day. Flood watch until 8 p.m. for Erie. Yeah, still expect rain showers to form up to 2 a.m. That's about the time when the cold front will start to pass through. Behavior of the cold front is still a little uncertain. Not sure how strong it's going to be. We're hoping it's not strong enough for rotation to form again. But it's likely going to be strong enough for instability to rise. So with that instability, we can still see heavy downpours, as well as a few thunderstorms embedded with those downpours.
So just like Frank said, like you, people get rain, people get downpours. We go into Erie County, couple bits of lightning, that's another good indication. Because if you look up there, you can see the lightning is going down to zero. So these are gully watch. So Erie County getting in, Edinburgh over to Corey.
Yeah. Seems like we're all now in a gully washer state. We're seeing downpours at times, but no thunderstorms embedded within those downpours. So the instability values are not really high enough, thankfully. And that's thanks to the cloud cover, which has kind of cooled us off. It's kind of cooled off Warren just ahead of that system. All that cloud cover there, not really seeing a lot of breaks. So yeah, cooled us off. Didn't see any case where the atmosphere cooked up high enough for thunderstorms to just form randomly.
The city of Meadville right now is extending off of this east. Line 79 is taking down papers for the southeast. And I want to point out here, in that shot, that shot, Meadville was looking north to that shot. So again,
rain in Franklin now and muggy. Oh yeah, it is quite muggy in the area now. We've seen a sharp rise in the dew points. Let's see what the dew points are right now. Seems like we aren't starting to get much of that rain. Dew points. I know I have a dew point graphic around here somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, dew points have kicked up to the low 70s, so feeling quite muggy out there, but thankfully it's not too hot. If it were pretty hot outside, it would feel quite oppressive, but thankfully it's not too hot. Though the dew points are pretty high, with those high dew points, of course, the levels of humidity are high enough for rain to really sustain itself once it falls towards the ground. It seems like that humidity is high enough for the rain to not evaporate before it hits the ground. That's what I was trying to say. All right. Okay. Looks like that crawl is kind of blocking something there.
All right. How long have you been on, brother?
Almost approaching an hour and 40 minutes.
All right.
Are we in the clear for Erie County storm-wise? Storm-wise, For now,
There still can be rain.
Yeah. yeah, storm-wise, yes, but there could still be rain. Still under that flood watch. So yeah, see a flooded roadway, turn around, don't drown. And flooding, yeah, that's still expected to happen. With the dew points pretty high, the humidity is high, so that'll make it easier for the rain not to evaporate before it hits the ground. So yeah, still plenty of rain to expect for the afternoon. But it looks like we're going to get a little bit of a break before the cold front approaches our area later tonight. More storms through the night once the cold front gets closer, but we're not really expecting a whole lot. All right. Can I just end the live stream now?
Well, we'll be hopping back on there shortly. Yeah. Okay.
You'll come right in, Tom? Okay. Yeah. Looks like Tom's going to take over.
Alrighty. Alrighty, hello everybody. Great job by this man. As he said, 1 hour and 41 minutes logged here, keeping you prepared, not scared. So let me get my bearings here and we'll continue the conversation. You guys feel free to log on with some questions and we'll just follow it out of here. Now the good news here right off the bat is the fact that the tornado watch, and we can put that back up here for you. Erie and Crawford have been cleared from the tornado watch, so things are looking better. And still Forest, Venango, Mercer, Warren County, and are still in it. So let me just change things up just a bit here. You're looking at the radar right now, of course. So let me pop something else up here and see if we can't show you exactly where that watch is. Hang on, guys, just getting oriented here. Take the flood off here and go with the severe. There we go. And whoops, I did not keep it on there, sorry. Thanks for joining us from all over. We appreciate your support. And whoops, not that one, not that one. There we go. Okay, so what you're looking at here is where the tornado watch is still in effect. As you can see, Erie and Crawford counties have been lifted from the watch. It still includes Warren, and it still includes Forest and Venango and Mercer and all counties down to Pittsburgh and out to east to the north central PA mountains. So the good news here is that they're clearing them from the west, and we wouldn't be surprised if in the next hour or so the top group here goes away. But keep your guard up. It has not, or the Weather Service has not done that yet. The other thing that we're talking about here, of course, is the flooding, which tends to take over once your severe storms kind of do their damage and move through. Then you get into the, thank you, Craig, for handing me a hot cup of coffee.
I don't know if to take anything.
Black is fine. Thank you, sir. Man, service with a smile. This is good staff to work. Yeah, and it's fresh too. I mean, you can't beat that. I love my staff. Anyway, yeah, so the flood watch, which of course you guys know means it's a possibility, not a certainty, that does continue. Because as I was saying, a lot of times when the severe weather and, damaging storms, like if there was a tornado or wind or hail or something like that, when they pound on an area and move through, then you still have storms around that are not severe, but you can still get some heavy downpours. So the flood watch remains now for the entire area until 8 p.m. Now these over here where you see the green polygons, and if you're in Ohio, this is northern Ashtabula County and northern Lake County, these are flood advisories, which means there has been some flooding. So if you're in the northwestern part of Ashtabula County, and we can zoom in here, or over in Lake County, Painesville, Mentor, Geneva, Ashtabula, Kingsville, Austinburg, Jefferson, to name a few, you're getting some flooding. So what we're doing right now is just kind of waiting out what's left of the system. But there is reason for hope, because the tornado watch has been cleared from the Erie and Crawford County areas, and we'll just continue to watch these storms. And as you can see here, they're dumping down some heavy cores of rain. So that's what we're left with. And to give kind of a wider view, you can also see that less concentrated areas of rain, still some cells up here, up in the Detroit area, but much less coverage, folks. And the other thing to note with this is there's not a lot of lightning. You can see a couple of strokes there by Ann Arbor, Michigan, and then they go away. And the other thing to see here is that most of the skits, and the skits are the arrows that have color. Okay, so let me give you a little information on that. If these were to come down, the comforting information is that 3 out of 4 of these are green. Okay, green is like garden variety thunderstorms. Now, when you get a red one like this can have some severe characteristics to it. But it is also, as you can see here on your screen, moving east at 33 miles an hour. So this thing's going into Ontario, not to us. And these little cells here are not severe, and they're just trucking along at 24 miles an hour, 29 miles an hour, 26 miles per hour. So what you're getting here, when we loop it together, is the fact that there are a few cells, but it's nothing in comparison to what just went through. All right. So there is reason for hope for things to be diminishing, in that no more tornado watch, Erie and Crawford, and no more severe storms, at least at the moment, to the west of our area. So we've got that going for us, which is nice. Let me get back to you guys. I'm just going to pick a point here, and it's going to be pretty much, let me check my watch here just to get the latest time. I'm just going to take from about 7 minutes ago and go back, and that should be the time that the last questions probably were answered. Okay, so yeah, I remember answering your question, Suzanne. I'm going to give you guys the full screen here. So let's see, any downpours heading towards Newcastle and North Beaver. I know you guys are down in this area. There's certainly some showers moving through that area, but they're not very strong. I can go to the Pittsburgh radar, put it on that, just to get a different perspective, because you're closer to them. And again, nothing substantial. Most of that stuff is to your east, so that is good news for you. Amara, nice to have you here. All right, thanks for the report from Franklin. We'll center on Franklin from GFS Yvonne Sue here. And you guys obviously getting some rain now. But again, look to the back, look to the edge, okay? Look to the border as we widen this thing out. There's Franklin, there's a heavy downpour, there's a lightning strike. And then you look back, this is the Ohio-PA border. Not a whole lot coming at you. Thanks, Dwayne in Titusville. Yep, you got rain right here in Titusville. Erie, clear storm-wise. Again, it depends what you mean by storm. There still can be some more heavy downpours in the next hour or so, and maybe some renegade cells behind it. But at least for this batch, at least as far as severe weather is concerned, Shelley, I'm sorry, and when we say severe weather, we're not using flooding. We're talking about damaging winds, tornado, hail. Yeah, I think we're pretty good there. More storms through the night. We can get some scattered stuff. Jake is working on his forecast now. I'm just going to take a quick look while you guys are. Well, I'm trying to answer this question actually, and see what the folks over in Cleveland are talking about, just to be able to answer your question a little bit, hopefully more intelligently. What they're looking at tonight is a chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but new rainfall amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. So it's less than what has already happened.
So yes, there still can be a shower or thunderstorm overnight. It could put down a quick quarter to a half inch of rain, but the trend is away from severe weather. Okay, so that is good news right there. So let's see what else. Let's see what else. What else? Julie M., good to see you. So hopefully that helps answer your question, Amara. Let's see. Yeah, and we were just going over that, Thomas. Just we have some development in the Detroit area, but at this point it's not severe. So if something happens and regenerates, of course, we'll pass that along to you. But thankfully, right now, we're not only out of the watch if you're Erie and Crawford County, but we were looking at what they call the discussions, the mesoscale discussions from the Storm Prediction Center. And those are the guys that issue the watches. They're located in Norman, Oklahoma. And they're responsible for the entire portion of the country. And so they issue watches and the outlooks for risk. You know, the outlooks are the ones that have the colors, you know, marginal, slight, enhanced, and so on. They also issue this discussion, and I'm looking on their discussion page right here, and I'll show it to you guys. The only area that they have isolated, if you can see that, and I'll try to blow it up a little bit for you so it's maybe more in the center of your screen. Now you can see it better, I bet. It is up here in really where the Great Lakes come together, where Huron, Superior, and Michigan, in the UP of Michigan and northern lower Michigan. So this is the area of concern that they're looking at from the Storm Prediction Center. And again, they issue the tornado and severe thunderstorm watches and the outlooks for the risk, the slight, the marginal, the enhanced, the moderate, the heavy risk. So all they're looking at right now is up there. So that's some good information for you too. Again, maybe set your mind at ease a little bit. Let's get back to your questions here. Hang on. If I can find it, because you know me, it's always an interesting thing navigating our software here. Okay, let's see. So hopefully, Catherine, thanks for your report over in Youngsville, right between Warren and Pittsfield. Some rain there, and you can see that core going across, and another one coming through Corey and Spartansburg. But this is just rain, folks. You're welcome, Elise. Pleasure to serve you. And don't forget Craig, because he's right here too. Just hasn't been on Facebook, been doing some TV and all kinds of other stuff. Thank you, Laura. Great to have you here with us. You're welcome, Shelley. Hopefully no wall clouds. Julie M., you're welcome. Lori Walker, 7 Day, good to have you here. I don't have any info on that. I believe that Tommy D is basically dealing with the Caribbean. All right, that's what I'm told. The Caribbean side of that particular broadcast entity's outlet. So there you go. That's all I know. Let's see. Ariel, good to see you. That is our motto. We prepare. We don't scare. We don't try to get too techno talk. We try to explain the atmosphere in layman's terms. And you guys are so good at helping us out with your observations. So we appreciate your report. Gail Neely, thanks for your rain gauge in Edinburgh. 2.5 inches, almost. Beautiful. Okay, so here we are. And as we said, to recap, Tornado Watch has ended for Erie and Crawford, still in effect for Warren, Forest, Venango, and Mercer. And Flood Watch still in effect for the entire area. Flood warnings are confined to northern Ashtabula County and Lake County in Ohio. I'm going to try to bring up some video for you. Hello, Joe Davidson from Sagertown. And that we were showing it on TV here. Our storm tracker, Steve Marshall, the Barron Weather Observation just came in here. And that's what the You Got Mail thing was all about. Let me, let's see. I want to show you this video. because this is the guy that gives us the ground truth. And if you want to know what ground truth is, it's the person on the ground that's trying to verify what the radar is showing. Okay, so Steve Marshall is our storm chaser, and I know this is cattywampus, so I got to adjust this for you. So give me a second, and we will do that. And where he was out in the Linesville area, and he was, as you can see right here, right there is the funnel, okay, and there it is right there, okay. So this is the actual cell that the tornado warning was based on. Now, we tell you all the time, and this is a perfect example, tornado warnings a lot of times now are issued by radar. The radar is seeing the rotation in the clouds, not necessarily with the funnel dropping to the ground. But in this case, if you got an excellent storm tracker and chaser like Marshall, he knows where to position himself safely so he can look into the guts of the storm, as it were, and tell us that, yes, they have issued a tornado warning because of rotation in the cloud, but the funnel is not touching the ground. And that is invaluable information, goes right along with our mantra of prepare, not scare. We can give you what's called ground truth. Okay, it means stay in a safe place. You don't know whether it's going to stay in the clouds. Certainly observe all your severe weather and tornado preparedness precautions, but it's also nice to be able to give an actual report from somebody who's seeing the actual cell in question and can tell you, at least at this moment, and thankfully for the life of this severe thunderstorm, it stayed in the clouds, and or it stayed a funnel cloud, I guess you could say. The rotation was aloft. It never touched down. It never did damage. And this is just a centerpiece of our weather department here. I mean, radar is great. Satellites are great. We got a great staff, but nothing beats eyes and ears on the ground. And we thank Steve for being a part of the team and doing what he does, which is such a valuable part of what we do and what we try to bring to you here. So kudos to him. Anyway, let's see what else is going on. You're watching us from Mississippi. Hope everything's okay in Mississippi. Absolutely. And I know some of you out there have a fear of lightning or tornadoes. Tornadoes are something to have a healthy fear for, but there is those phobias out there which are real and documented, and that's another reason we want to break it down for you in simple terms and in calm terms and give you the best information. So that is good for that little segment here. And again, as we look back to the north and west, we look, and I'm going to put the Cleveland radar back on here so I can see the Detroit stuff a little bit better. And yeah, we're watching these cells back here. We're not completely out of the woods. Cold front still to the west, won't cross the area until the overnight hours. So we'll watch this, but right now, these cells, if you look at the trajectory of them, and we'll do a little distance and a little speed tracking here for you, that's what determines, where they'll end up. And also you got to take into consideration the any effect that the lake will have on them. So we're looking at 29, 24, 31 miles per hour. So let's just say 25 to 30 miles per hour. And these cells are approximately, let's just kind of take the middle here, about 150 miles from Erie. Put the loop on for you guys. Moving to it looks like the east-southeast at about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So, that is 5 to 6 hours away at that speed. So that's why we still have the chance of showers and storms in the forecast for tonight. So there could be some redevelopment, but right now, as we showed you from the discussions from the Storm Prediction Center, they're not centering on our area as far as potential severe at this point. Now, we still have the watch for some of you watching south and east of Crawford and Erie County, so we continue to just keep our eyes on that. But right now, we're in a pretty good spot, is what I'm trying to say. And of course, we will continue to watch these storms and see where they end up and if they pose any threat. And I guess if you're talking 5 to 6 hours, that would be like 8 to perhaps 9 o'clock coming into the area, give or take an hour, depending on your location. So we're good on that front. And let me just get back to you guys, see if you have any other questions. Yeah, if someone was talking about going to classes, yeah, we hold Skywarn classes, which is basically free and open to the public. It's a training on how to spot severe weather. You can even take it as far as becoming a spotter for the National Weather Service. If you're in Erie County, it would be for Cleveland. Yeah, those classes are offered usually in the spring. We do a winter one in the fall. I believe we're looking at scheduling for late October for the winter one. But as far as, you know, a good presentation with lots of video, lots of pictures on how to spot clouds and what is a threat and what isn't a threat, sign up for a Skywarn. They're usually held at the Blasco Memorial Library. If you're not in Erie County, check your National Weather Service homepage at that time of year. They'll put a schedule of classes in various counties across the area when they would occur, and you can attend them there. So, Shelley, good to have you here from Oil City. Suzanne, good to have you here. April Bailey, yeah, come on down to a class if you would like to. In fact, I know that if you're in Crawford, that my storm chaser Steve Marshall has conducted the Skywarn classes for Crawford County. I do the ones for Erie County, but the ones for severe weather will be available in the spring, and I believe they also do them online, so that might be even better for you. Okay, I'm glad you got those clouds Googled. All right, so here we are, folks, just kind of in between, and let me clear this stuff off here. Take a look at things, see if I got anything else email-wise that I can put up for you and give you information on, maybe a picture or whatnot. Okay, as you look at the radar loop here, let's see. I'm looking at a discussion from State College. Now, keep in mind, State College is concerned with all the counties from Warren eastward and southeastward. In other words, Warren and McKean and Elk and Potter and all these guys out there, all the way down to State College and then over to places like Lancaster, are all under the umbrella of the State College National Weather Service. So they are, they're updating this huge area from Warren County to just west of Philly. And, what they're saying here is, now keep in mind, this is mainly out of our area, but they said the strong to severe thunderstorms with heavy rain have begun in the northern part of the region. That would be those of you in Warren and McKean and Elk and Potter counties. They will move south and east, which basically means that the threat will come towards the State College area and out of the northern part of their, what they call their county-wide area, which includes Warren, McKean, Elk and Potter up here. So that's some good news for us, because that gives us a sense that maybe this watch will be clipped from their northern county soon. And that may also occur from the Pittsburgh National Weather Service for those of you in Mercer and Venango and Forest counties down here. So probably maybe a good time to just check on that and see what we've
I
got.
tell you, regarding the storms firing up to the west,
Okay.
it will be isolated. They are not expecting a severe thunderstorm watch to be issued as lapse rates remain very poor.
There you have it.
So,
Latest and the greatest from Craig Flint. They are not expecting those storms to be severe.
isolated.
Isolated severe.
Yeah, it
Okay.
could be isolated severe. But,
Could be isolated severe.
not enough to go with any issuance of a watch.
Okay. So we're not completely out of the woods. There could be a couple isolated severe storms from that patch, but it's not widespread enough for the Storm Prediction Center to consider issuing a watch for those. So we'll just take them as they come across in the next, I guess, 4 to 6 hours and see what happens. All right. So right now, still tornado watch in effect for Mercer and Venango and Forest and the counties down to Pittsburgh, as well as Warren, PA, as well as McCain, PA, as well as Elk.
Getting rid of it back here too.
Okay, so good catch there. If you watch the loop, that would be Trumbull County and the county next to. That's good news for you, Suzanne. See how it's on and then it's off. So the counties, I know that one is Trumbull. I'm certainly not an expert at Ohio counties, especially when you get down here.
I think that would be Mahoning.
Okay.
I'm not sure about those.
Yeah, what's the one to the west of Trumbull? Is that Stark? Maybe Suzanne, you're still on here and you can give us a little education. But the two west of Trumbull County in Ohio have been cleared. And I know you're further south towards New Philadelphia, but that's
Portage County.
it's so this one's Portage right here, and the one to the west of Portage,
That would be Summit.
Summit. So Summit, Portage, and Trumbull have been cleared from the watch. Thanks, Craig Flint, for that. And I know, Suzanne, you're down in this one, whatever, Tuscarawas. I believe that's your county. All right, there you are. You're still in it, but there is hope. So we'll keep that up there, and we'll continue to track this. And a nice break here. I'll go around with some weather cameras right now and just give you an idea of what it looks like in our local region live. And I'll get back to your comments in just a bit. So let's just take a look, a live look at what's going on. The rain continuing to come down quite steadily in Warren, filling up the Allegheny River there. Veterans Memorial Bridge, Pennsylvania Avenue. The big green roof is Grand Valley Steel out there over the Allegheny and the railroad tracks and bridge there. Let me get back to my cameras here. So we got Warren there. We will go to our neck of the woods. This will be Summit Township coming up for you guys. And that would be, a little out of focus, little standstill, but wet on Peach Street, we can say, with some authority. Let me just pop this out a little bit, see if it helps us out. Yeah, I think it's gonna. Just give it a second or two. Wait for it. There you go. All right, so obviously the heavy Saturday afternoon traffic on Upper Peach Street, some of it getting onto I-90 eastbound, and kind of a drizzly, humid, sometimes breezy look there. We're going to Meadville, and we had our camera positioned to the north because that's where the rotation was in the clouds, but right now you just see clouds as you look over the parking garage there in Meadville. We'll bring it down to a more typical setting here, location. whatever you want to call it. We'll go to just our traditional view of Chestnut Street, which is looking west from the Meadville Mall. Thank you, Eric Johnson, for your assistance with Meadville geography to Craig and me earlier. Not a whole lot going on there. Up here, there's the Episcopal Church Tower. So, you know, fairly quiet now in Meadville. Rain is pretty much tapered off. You're not in the tornado watch anymore, still in the flood watch. So we're just going in reverse alphabetical order here on our camera. So we're going to go Land Lighthouse, looking at the North Pier and Lighthouse next. Water moving in the channel. Presque Isle looking very green. But again, not a lot of precipitation falling in that location. We'll go West County, i.e. Girard, with our next live shot. And again, you can see, and you could tell by the radar, not a whole lot of precipitation going on there on Main Street. And up to the Aeropuerto, believe this is still at the, we got a train at the American Gate. So this is a southward look through Mill Creek. And also, precipitation has tapered off there. We'll go up to Edinburgh, or down to Edinburgh as it was, 6N and 99. Still some water on the streets there, but again, nothing heavy falling rain-wise in Edinburgh at the moment. And how about UPMC Park, where appropriately, oh, look at that. They are taking the tarp off. That is an awesome shot. So if you guys are planning on seawolves tonight, not only did you see from the radar and local reports that the rain is diminishing west to east across the area, the grounds crew at the Seawolves and UPMC Park have taken the step of taking the tarp off. So that's kind of an interesting shot there, seeing how it takes a bunch of people to move that big piece of plastic, and they're getting in position. What a great job they do to put it on the roll and to roll it up and to take it to the, they call them sidelines in football. What are they in baseball? It's not the warning track, but the dirt edges by the stand where they store them outside of the playing surface. So they're doing their thing there, and that's another good sign for you right there. Let's see. No, you're in Carroll County. Sorry about that. Getting back to your comments. All right, Billy. Yep, we'll go back to radar in a second and take a look at that. All right, I'm glad they're moving away from you. And Susan, good to have you on here. Yep, I think we're good as far as avoiding severe weather is concerned. Eric is an encyclopedia. We appreciate Eric. Sun trying to come out in Franklin. All right. Yeah, well put, Ariel. It still looks pretty soggy in those parts in the outfield. I'm sure they have some way of reducing that. I guess the tarp just doesn't stretch that far. But yeah, they'll take care of that. They got plenty of time. I think in fact, I think we got a schedule around here somewhere. It's either 6:05 or 6:35 game time for the Seawolves. Tonight we're getting to the end of June here. Yeah, 6:05 start tonight, so they got plenty of time to sop up that moisture in the outfield there. Thanks, Dwayne from Titusville. Good to have you back on here. Debbie Snyder, good to see you. Thank you for being a part of the show. Yeah, good information there. Thomas Carlucci. They're getting in position with the roller, and what do they got out there? About 12 people that you can see just on the roller, getting it in position. That's just some cool weather video, encouraging from a weather standpoint, and also just want to get control of the camera. We may take a little bit closer look here. And just great to see the the ground crew in operation there is, it's gonna go out of frame pretty soon, but we can do a little quick zoom here for you. And there they go. Taking it off the field in good style. All right, cool stuff there. Great job, guys. And a couple cameras left for you before we go back to radar. Conneaut Lake. Crawford County's been cleared from the watch as far as tornadoes are concerned. Still under a flood watch. Somebody's out there boating, making the most of the at least less threatening skies. So there you go, Conneaut Lake. We can take a little peek in here as that person comes to shore. You can't hear him here, but the guys are working hard. Craig working on the digital side of our operation and the website. Jacob putting his graphics together, putting his forecast together for the show here. Maybe we get past the cameras here. We'll give you a peek. So there's across the lake there, the Conneaut Trail, the housing development there. We'll take you up top, Volunteer Fire Department number 3's roof where our camera is located, and there is the American flag there. Obviously not a lot of wind at this moment. And then down towards the Barber J and Fireman's Beach on the west side of Conneaut Lake, going across Ice House Park and to the west. And there you go, people out and about on the beach, on the docks, with the lessening of the precipitation there. Final stop on our weather camera tour, the Bayfront. And there you go, and there are the masts of the Letty G. Howard. That is docked right behind the Bicentennial Tower at the bay there. There's the Victoria Princess, there's the Scallywag, and people, out and about, cruising the dock there in front of the Sheridan Garage for you there. So kind of an interesting situation then. Sun peeking through in Edinburgh. Thanks, Laura, for that. It wants to peek through in Franklin. Thanks, GFS Yvonne, for that. You're welcome, Susan. The perfect example, what we were showing you earlier with that video from Marshall. No ground truth of a touchdown, but certainly, rotation in the clouds. So it all worked out. And again, just to keep that in mind, that's why, we come on air, come on Facebook here. You get a tornado warning. You guys probably see it on your phones. And then we start talking to you about it. Just keep in mind that a lot of them are indicated by radar. And that's the time you have to, execute your safety plan if you're in the path. And we'll talk you through it, and hopefully we have Marshall available to confirm whether or not the rotation is still aloft or touching the ground as an actual tornado. So there you go with that. Give you a shot of our crew here. Turn the camera around. Mr. Flint and Jacob. There they are. Jacob working on shows. Craig on the digital side, he was doing TV. Those guys were in today at the start of all this, getting on the air, whether it was here or on TV to give you the latest. And so now we're all just having a party in here, a weather party. So anything else from you guys? We'll go back to the radar right now and take a look at anything that might be of note. So tornado watch remains in effect. Mercer, Venango, Forest, Warren, McKean, and Point Southeast, but the precipitation itself is really focusing on Warren County too. It's pretty much moved out of most of Crawford and Erie counties. And again, we check back to the west, and there's your broken line of storms out there. Lightning these seem to be pulse storms. If you look at the lightning here, for now, it goes up to 10, from 0 to 10, and then now it's back down to 3. So right now, and we can confirm this by just stopping it and putting the skits on, in case you have relatives in the Detroit area or friends. There's the approximate arrival time for that cell in that neck of the woods. But they're all green, is what I'm trying to say here. So these are not severe storms, and they are scattered. They are gully washers. They are pulsing, increasing and decreasing in intensity, but they are not severe. So there we go. And other than the watch, and again, we do still have the flood watch in effect for our area. If you hear a little voice in the background, that's the NOAA weather radio. Of course, they are quick to sound the alarm when they issue a warning or a watch, so we have them. Sometimes it's easier just to listen to the dialogue, because those sirens and alarms are kind of piercing. And when you've got severe weather moving through the area, many of you who have weather radios know this, those alarms seemingly go off constantly, a little annoying, a little distracting. And for those of you who watch us on Spectrum Cable, one thing to keep in mind, I know that they will step on our audio when they issue a warning or a watch, and they put their crawl across the top of the screen. And we as a television station cannot do anything about that, unfortunately. It drowns out, and it drowned out Craig and Jacob when they were on the air earlier with the tornado warning. But it's a function of Spectrum Cable, and they just step on top of us for a minute or two while they issue their warning. And I apologize that you can't hear our audio for that. It's just an unfortunate thing, but nothing we can change. Thankfully, it only lasts a minute or two, and then you can hear us again. So there's your flood watch. And interestingly enough, if you look back here in Ohio, Lake County here, their flood advisory is discontinued. North and northwestern Ashtabula County advisories in effect until 5 p.m. for you guys. So we're in good shape there. All right, so here, just it, and this will give you a better idea. Thanks, Steve Marshall, for this. He has darkened the picture of the funnel, and so he just sent me a shot of it. This is a lot more easy to discern and impressive than the original video, and it is a still shot. So take a look at that. That's pretty impressive and pretty close to the ground. So Jake, you got this one that you can use in your show. He darkened the funnel picture.
Oh, nice.
And so you have a still shot that you can work with. So again, I believe this was Western Crawford County where the warning was issued, and that's a real good image of a tornado trying to form, but not quite yet touching the ground. I tell you, this guy is unbelievable. He's retired. He's available most times, and we are so fortunate to have him to do stuff like this, to give us very valuable information on these storms. Just a tremendous job here. And he's been doing it for years. All right. Thanks for that moniker. Barbara Thompson calling us the three weather amigos. Okay. We've been called worse. We'll take it. Corn Man on the east side, good to see you. Thank you, Shelley from Oil City. Sun coming out there. Good to see all you guys here. So, great shot by Mr. M, or Main Street as he is known in the TV business. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, there have been a few people here from the nightcap for sure. Alrighty, so looking better and better. Cells exiting to the east, just putting down rain. I don't believe there's any lightning with this bunch. Oh, there is, with this bunch, there's not. To the south, Johnstown, Altoona. Now there's where you're getting some warnings and some special weather statements. So the nastier stuff, if you look to the south, and again, I'll go to the, I will go to the, what am I trying to say here? The Pittsburgh radar, just to show you what's going on here with those cells. Should you have any friends, family, interests, travel plans to the south, that's where the feisty storms are, folks. Johnstown, Altoona State College. Now, the ones with the tan polygons are not severe. The ones with the orange polygons, like that, and that, Morgantown, West Virginia, just west of Cumberland, Maryland, those are warnings. Those are severe thunderstorm warnings. So that's where the big storms are, the storms most capable of producing damage, not the ones up here. So nice little caveat there. Okay, so alrighty, good to be here. Welcome, Kristen. How are you? All the best to you, the kids. Kristen Strader, just wonderful to have you here on our little weather presentation. We appreciate you. Yeah, you were getting bored, so yeah, just tune into some Jet Fox Erie Facebook Live storm coverage. Great question, using my Elmer Fudd broadcasting voice there. How much rain have we had? We will find that out for you. If any of you have rain gauges, feel free to let us in. Lisa Marie, as you can see, Corey kind of on the back edge of things right now, so we're in good shape. We're not in a tornado watch. You are not in a tornado watch. You're still in a flood watch, but let me just check my data here. Let's see. So far at Erie International Airport, come on. Ooh. All right. The latest from Erie International Airport, 1.87 inches. So closing in on 2 inches of rain at ERI. I'm sure there's plenty of other high amounts around the area. And then, in fact, we could do a little radar estimated stuff here for you. So that's why you got the flood watch. And let's see what we got here. Now, again, this would be radar estimated, so, you know, it's not exact, but, you know, it's kind of correlating with the airport. There's 1.7. For you guys down in Corey, about 1.5 inches. Warren area, a little over 1 inch. Okay, so these are estimated rainfall amounts based on radar, not actual rain gauges, but it looks like they're doing a fairly decent job. Meadville, over 1 inch. Titusville, a little less. Up in Chautauqua County, let's go for the French Creek area, about 1.5 inches. Northeast, Harbor Creek, 1.7. Ashtabula is going to win the award here. They're looking at 2.2. So these are radar estimated rainfall amounts. So good stuff there. Just to give you an idea. Helen Fraser, where's Wet Place at? We're looking at, this is, we're broadcasting from Northwest Pennsylvania. So where are you? Where are you coming into our little broadcast from, Helen? All right, 2 inches for the Corn Man. Julie Munson around 2 inches. Cindy over in Green Township 1.8. Yeah, we could get some more, but it won't be as much as we've gotten already, I believe. Okay, so there's your Alabama, Sweet Home Alabama. What city? Great to have you here. All right. All right. So inch and a half Edinburgh. Thank you, Laura. Anybody else want to come in with a rainfall amount? That would be fine. And we'll just go back to the radar here and put it on Cleveland and just continue to watch, clear off all the extra stuff here that isn't necessary. But and I'm going to try Buffalo here. That might do a little bit better job out east, but really not that much different. Showers moving out of Warren County. Nothing real heavy right now. McKean County having some heavier downpours, but you know, there you go. There's State College. That's giving you a little bit more enhancement. But again, the heavy stuff is moving out, and things are looking pretty good for the moment. Still under the flood watch, and still have some isolated storms, scattered storms up here in the. Yeah, you think the cold front's like back up in here? We can try to, let's do a little temperature thing here. Take a look. So these are your temperatures. So we're just trying to figure out where the cold front might be, because once that goes through, then, you know, everything's off as far as damaging weather is concerned. So just poking a few cities here. I don't want the lapse, I want the latest. Okay, still 85 in Fort Wayne, Chicago 86. All right, Milwaukee 81, Davenport, Iowa 84.
It should be, I don't know if you're going to notice much. You might want to look at dew points.
There we are.
Because it's not much of a temperature change. It should be just about into western Michigan now.
Okay, so Craig's saying it's basically in this position here, like maybe through Chicago. Chicago's still got a 70, but you can see the 60s behind that. So maybe going through Chicago right about now, western Michigan, extreme northwestern, Indiana there. So when this thing goes through tonight, then we turn, into a cooler, refreshing Sunday.
So it seems like it's the higher dew points preventing the rain from really evaporating. That's why we're still seeing chances of rain just popping out.
Yeah, good point from Jacob Matthews there. That's why we still have to include precipitation in the forecast, at least the chance of it. I mean, if you look at the U.S. radar composite here, the back edge is actually right around where Craig estimated that cold front is.
It's actually a little bit more east of there, T.
It looks like almost a tornado warning here in Indianapolis. So
yeah,
maybe
that's the front right there.
So maybe more like this.
Right in here, yeah, right about in there.
Okay, all right. So a little further east, and that's good. That means it's closer to us, and Once that goes through the night, boy, you can get a change in the air mass. Dew points, which, as we showed you there, were in the 60s and 70s, are going to drop down into the low to mid 50s for tomorrow. So a much more comfortable air mass there. Excuse me. All right. So, and we can show you that again real quick here. National temperature is still toasty. Dew points still soupy, but they are dropping behind that front.
There's actually two of them in there. There's two cold fronts.
I know. I drew your second one. All right. Good stuff. All right, folks. Check on what's going on locally, and if you guys have any other questions, otherwise we'll probably be winding down here. Pretty much our immediate audience is free of any threats of severe weather. We still have the flood watch. That's till 8 p.m. So we'll just watch the cells up in southeastern Michigan, see if anything goes with that. But there we go. We'll just wind it down here. Still looking at least the chance for some showers, but nothing severe anticipated at this point. And of course, we're here in case something refires. So I just want to thank all of you for being here with us. Thank my team, Jacob and Craig, to my right there. There they are again. And storm tracker Steve Marshall, cameraman Dorian Churn, and our director Greg Rounds, and Rick Liebel in the newsroom, and Brandon Thomas helping us out with digital. Great crew in here this afternoon. Glad to be able to give you the latest and the greatest. And we'll be back when necessary. For now, enjoy the rest of the afternoon as best you can. You've got drier, cooler, less humid air coming in for tomorrow. A couple of really great days, Monday and Tuesday. Next chance of rain probably late on Wednesday night. Holiday, not looking like a washout. Of course, Jacob will have more for you on that with his 7-day forecast. And it is on yourerie.com as well. So thanks for your support. Thanks, Helen, from Alabama, for being here. Great to have you on the show. And just make it a great rest of your day, rest of your afternoon, evening, night, and Sunday. And we'll see you on down the road. Take care, everybody.